Welcome back to another episode of the Whole Ass Show.
I'm Right Cheek, aka Kevin.
I'm Left Cheek, aka Dustin.
You almost forgot, didn't you?
No, it was back there. It was somewhere.
Okay, gotcha.
Hell yeah.
But we're gonna do something we're gonna react to a song that we haven't from a band that we haven't done yet.
And
Well, technically we have.
We have in a
But
way
somebody else did it.
covered it.
Yeah, somebody else covered it.
So even if they go and they copyright it or this media blocks it or whatever,
We're gonna post it even if it kills me.
no, I wasn't even gonna say that part, but that's actually pretty good one. I'm glad you thought of that.
Okay.
We're still gonna try to attempt to do it. There's been some of the songs from certain artists that aren't even that big or that well known, to where as soon as we put it up, bloop,
Yeah.
and then I spent like 2 days trying to get the shit removed, and then another video uploads, and then it's like, hey, we let this one play too, but you can't have any views from it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I know. We're just sitting here motionless.
Yeah, in white.
Well, I'm not wearing white.
No, but we all know the love bites.
Okay. All right, whatever. Listen, it's Papa Roach. Even if it kills me, let's do it.
I'm glad to see you starting to get into it, though.
Can't beat them, join them, right?
Exactly.
Is this a warning? Is this a sign? Should I keep my mouth shut, let you live a lie? 'Cause every day is a dog fight. I can see you piling up like a mile high. 'Cause I hope that you know when you're broken, I'm broken too. If you need me, I'll bleed for you. Even if it kills me inside, even if you burn me alive, carry that pain that you don't need, carry that weight that you don't see. Even if it kills me this time, even if I'm buried alive, give my last breath so you could breathe. Even if it kills me.
You know what I'm getting a feeling from this, though?
What?
You know who is looking like someone was helping direct these veggies?
Oh.
It looked like someone is helping direct these veggies that do some of that falling in the reverse emotions.
Okay.
Because
Kind of.
whenever that boogie came up out the back,
It does give me falling in reverse vibes a little bit, but I will say this: I like the progression of Papa Roach.
but I'm just talking about the visuals.
Yeah, but I'm talking like music wise. I like the progression of Papa Roach.
Yeah.
Some bands, I feel like they try to do stuff to kind of keep up with the times or with like the younger bands, and then they switch up their entire
Everything.
sound, yeah, to sound like what everything sounds like now. But I think Papa Roach has been out long enough that they kind of progressed with the times to be one of those long-standing bands that have kind of moved with the music.
Kind of like Metallica.
Stop that.
Stop.
Stop that. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that. Okay, listen. Why do you do this? Why?
Because it's for the people.
Why do you do this?
It's for me.
You know how I feel about that, right?
I do.
Listen, but it's one of those where I like how when bands do that, where they're constantly putting out music and like they progress with it, and not like they'll be gone for like 20 years and then they come back and they sound like
Kind of like they've
falling
been.
in reverse.
Yeah, like a
They-
sand coffin.
Yeah, they used to sound like Twisted Sister, and then 20 years later they come out and they sound like falling in reverse. And you're
As
like,
long
wait,
as
what
they're-
happened?
Yeah, as long as they're not like Gara where they entered the Sandman.
Yeah, like they're like, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, so I like when that happens, when they just progress. You got to stop that. Okay, I like when they do that. Like, I will say that Metallica is not one of them. So I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Okay, they tried, and it was respect because it's Metallica. They're the they're the OGs, right? But it's one of those where I did not like how they kind of just jumped, and it didn't sound like Metallica anymore. And it's one of those where, dude, you're Metallica. You can sound like Metallica without having to be like
PC.
new. No, without like even having to be new age, right? And people are still gonna love you because it's Metallica.
Because you're you.
You know, like say for example, like Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne puts out music and it still sounds like old Ozzy Osbourne. You know,
But see, to some
Because
people's
all peop-
arguments are going to be like, what's wrong with the band evolving? Because
They're-
think about this, Linkin Park.
Yeah. But Linkin Park was always made up of different aspects of music, though, to be honest.
I get you, but I'm still saying though, like people felt the same way with Reanimation, compared to Paper Cut, compared to A Thousand Suns, compared to
Okay, but see, but that was them progressing, not progressing with the times. That was just them progressing by themselves, and putting out music that they wanted to make then. You see what I'm saying? Like they were experimenting with their own progression.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
Like it wasn't like they were trying to keep up with another band that was popular at the time.
Yeah.
They weren't. They were literally doing their own
They're
thing.
just being them.
Which was weird because I was guilty of this because when Linkin Park came out for what was it, Transformers, when they did the theme song.
Thousand Suns.
Is it Thousand Suns?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay, when they came out with that album, I was already listening to something else, and then they came out with that sound of that whole album, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" But now, like after I listened to it and like listened to it more, I was like, "Okay, they kind of did their own thing. They actually did their own thing." While I was listening to how everybody else was sounding, everybody was sounding like this, and then Linkin Park just kind of said, "Nah, screw that. We're gonna make our own thing." But they progressed as a band together and they built their own sound together. You know, it's not like Metallica was doing Metallica things and then all of a sudden they came out with like some death metal stuff and it was like, dude, you're Metallica. You can still sound like Metallica. Trust me, people are still going to love you. They're still going to listen to you as long as you sound like Metallica. Like, it's one of those where like you don't have to change. Some bands don't have to change. Some bands like to change and they make it work, and then some bands like are kind of forced to change, otherwise they get like forgotten about or feel like they have to change because they'll get forgotten about. But when you're like old school, like
A good band.
yeah, like when you're an old school good band, like you don't need to like, you don't really need to do much, to be honest. That's my opinion. Like I said, like Ozzy doesn't really change his style much. Like
Did you hear he's going on another tour?
Is he?
Yeah.
That's awesome. He's old as hell, so that's awesome. Yeah.
Sharon.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, like, see, Ozzy still sounds like Ozzy. Like people are still buying it.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's Ozzy. They're just glad. Like everyone's just glad that you're still putting out music.
Look at Kiss.
Don't change it because the people that were your fans then are grown up now, right? They're old now.
And they want to hear that old
They
style.
want to hear the sound again, you know, like because there's nothing else that's out now that sounds like you. So just keep it going. You know, it's one of those where, like I said, even if
Even if it kills me,
yeah, even if it kills me, right? But like
I push the button.
we grew up with Papa Roach, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as we grew up with Papa Roach grew up with us,
Yeah.
you know. But when I'm 90 years old, you know, or no, let's be realistic. When I'm 60 years old,
90.
I'm 60 or 70 years old,
80.
right? I don't want Papa Roach to come up to me and sound like Falling in Reverse. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to progress with me. You know, like that was my era. Like, you know, those were my, you know, my eras.
Yeah, we got married with the CD ring.
But you got, you know, like you got like Metallica, and then they want to sound like Falling in Reverse, or they'll. This is just an example.
They're trying
I'm
to
not
do
saying,
too much.
I'm not saying that they sound like Falling in Reverse. I'm just saying like as an example, right? Let's say that, you know, you have Metallica puts out an album and then it sounds like Falling in Reverse. It's not gonna sound the same, you know, because now you're not gonna get the attention from the people that already listen to Falling in Reverse, and then you're gonna alienate the people that used to listen to you because they're gonna be like, what the hell is this? I don't want to listen to this. Why? Because they grew up with you and they're old with you. You know, I'm not saying play old music, but it's just one of those, like, you know, grow with your fan base basically.
Or just stay true to you.
Yeah, or just
What made you popular before.
Exactly, just stay true to you. Like some bands don't have to change. Other bands are kind of It's kind of good if they change along with, with the times. Like I said, as long as it's not like this weird gap of like they go missing for like 13, 14 years and then all of a sudden they sound different. You're like, what happened? I'm gonna give you an example. You remember what Muse sounds like, right? Okay. Know that Muse, like I heard a recent song of Muse, and Muse sounds like metal now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They don't sound like Muse. But I haven't heard anything from Muse in so long that all of a sudden they sound completely different. And I was like, is this Muse? Like, yeah, no. Not
Because
even,
you can still hear a minute.
yeah, but it's like, it's not even close to what they sound like. Like, it's a huge jump.
I'm going to look into that.
But it's one of those where, like, I like Papa Roach, man. I'm glad they kind of, like I said, grew up with us, basically. Or their sound grew up with us. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird like that.
Maybe I pushed the button.
But it's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. Who cares, right? Whatever. I'm just right cheek. It don't matter. Yeah, that one. There you go. I'm just that one. But let's go.
We're on
2025 and we're still listening to
We're only minute
Papa
5
Roach.
seconds.
I know. I know.
Where's Ronnie at? That looks like the same area where he was singing that song.
It's just a moment.
It does.
It's just the time. Are you gonna wake up? Gonna realize your world is burning. A thousand signs, but you're choking on the smoke from the other side. And I hope that you know when you're broken, I'm broken too. If you need me, I'll bleed for you. Even if it kills me inside. Even if you burn me.
That kind of reminds me of the scene from Resident Evil. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Watch the world burn.
Warning.
That's what I hear in my head. You get it, right?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Kills me inside, even if you burn me alive. Carry that pain that you don't need. Carry that weight that you don't see. Even if it kills me this time, even if I'm buried alive, I'll give my last breath so you could breathe. Even if it kills me. Even if it kills me.
I like the music.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, to be continued. Next time featuring Ronnie Raddick. I can't help I
It does kind of remind you of Falling in Reverse stuff.
only because of that one
Yeah,
video.
but
I love Papa Roach.
now what if
What if what?
What if
This
to
Ronnie
be
Raddick is Papa
continued-
Roach in disguise?
No, what if this to be continued involves the two? Like, what if they mesh both universes together?
That's what I'm getting at.
You know what I mean?
That's why I said like
Yeah,
it, like
yeah.
that stick, like with they coming up, the boogeyman humping
Yeah.
out,
Yeah,
and
what
then that breakdown right when they goof,
Yeah, what if?
watch the world burn. Because he did say some of his lyrics was the world is burning down all around us, and
Yeah, what if?
but it would be dope as shit.
What if he's like a casualty of what's happening in Ronnie's world?
Oh, I don't want Papa Roach to go somewhere. I don't want Papa Roach to die.
No. But I'm saying though, like, what if what was happening to him was a casualty of what's happening in Ronnie's videos in Ronnie's world? You see what I'm saying?
Now, what if these fuckers had that in cahoots this whole time the past couple years?
I know, right? What if? Or what if it happened after he did
Last Resort?
yeah, Last Resort?
Yeah,
What
that's
if they
what I'm
kind of got
getting at.
yeah? What if they kind of got together after that?
Like, man, I really enjoy your music. I love the way you rock.
You know what I'm
rap.
saying?
And then he's like, "Yo, I'm a big fan of yours." He's like, "Yo, I need to get in with your choreographer, director, like your producer."
What if Jacoby is part of
The vicious cycle of watching the world burn.
well, no, of what's remember all the buildings torn down and all these all this other stuff that's happening in Ronnie's videos. What if Jacoby's like a casualty of that, and they're trying to obviously
Revive him.
revive him, right? And then he just joins the fight. What if? Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Does Ronnie Raddick bring him back?
Speaking of which, that guy died. You know that, right? The narrator for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it sucks, but
But I'm still here, and I'm willing to fill that role.
Next time on the whole last show.
Well,
can
they don't do
Left
that
Cheek
anymore.
Push the buttons of right
yeah,
cheek.
well, they don't.
Will he go on a rant? Tune in for the next episode of the whole last show.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
We'll see y'all next time. Hope y'all enjoyed that. See ya.
On the next episode.